Woo. This is Mount Hood. I am gonna do the Timberline trail today. I'm gonna run around it. I'm looking probably 12 hours-ish. Getting gear together. Gonna bring a liter of flasks, a half liter of juice essentially, another liter and a half of water, and see if I can get by on that. So it's a nice day. It'll be clear for most of the day, and it'll probably be warm, so there'll be some streams I can drink from if I need to. I've been hoping to do this for a long time, so I'm excited to see what it's finally like. There it is, starting out. I think the trail is just up here. Make it official. Behind me, Timberline Lodge. Roughly 38 miles and change. It's just turned 8 o'clock. A little later than I wanted to start, but got to get stuff together and needed a bit of sleep since I drove up from San Francisco yesterday. Timberline Trail is supposed to be one of the best trails around. I did it partially one year in snow and rain and sleet and smoke because of fires, and they closed half the thing down. So this, I believe, is the start. Yep. Pacific Crest Trail, right there. So off we go. I'm gonna go counterclockwise today and see how we do. I'll weigh in. I almost brought the drone, but just don't want to carry it all day with all the water I've got. No room for it. Timberline Trail, baby, here we go. What I'm expecting today is a lot of up and down. There's about, I think, 9,000 feet of elevation gain, the same of descent. We'll be finishing in the same place, hopefully a little before it gets dark. Well, I do have light with me. I got a handheld, extra batteries, and a headlamp with extra batteries. I've got a little bit of food, mostly bars and stuff like that, that are gonna be my calories for the day. I've got some anti-chafe, I got sunscreen on, sunglasses, my hat, and the Ultra Olympuses with some gaiters and some sleeves, some Lululemon shorts, and a technical shirt. I think probably won't need to change all day long. Gear wise, if you're gonna run this and the weather is like it is today, which is supposed to be fine, I don't think you need that much, but you will need to be able to resupply water. I'm hoping to keep the average today under probably 16-minute miles. So if I'm able to do that, I should meet my goal and go and connect with my buddy Dax and Doug, who lives nearby here, afterwards. Dax is one of my running buddies. He's doing the Bigfoot 200 starting in a couple days. I'm gonna pace him on a bunch of it, so that's gonna be my last run before that. And then I've got the Burning Man Ultra coming up in a couple weeks. I'm gonna be exposed for a while on this side of the mountain. And hey, how you doing? Thank you. And during the hotter part of the day, I should be in the woods, which will be nice for body temperature regulation and not going nuts on drinking water. But there are big wrinkles and valleys and features of water coming down this mountain, which will inevitably slow us down a bit. Like, yeah, straight down there. And on the other side, there's another body of water, little creek running down, straight down there. It's August, and there's snow up the glacier behind me. People in the parking lot with skis, looks like ski racing groups going up. They have a lift running. Oh, yeah. Woo. That would be an interesting drop down. This is where we take off of the Pacific Crest Trail and back onto the trail going around Timberline. Looks like we are getting down to the first glacial stream crossing. Last time I was here was much earlier in the year, and it was raining, and these stream crossings were kind of a little more brutal. I don't expect any issues today, although when you get into these, it's always interesting because sometimes it's difficult to see exactly where to cross and where the trail goes up the other side. So you need to exercise some judicious caution when crossing through and finding the other side. Here I can actually see where the trail goes, and it doesn't look like it's there. It might be down the valley quite a bit and then up across that top part. So I'll turn back on when I've got, I don't know, but there is a cairn. Okay, and there's someone walking over there. So good to pay attention. I would have just kept running down, but cairns are great indicators that you are heading the right way. Whew. Well, that was easy. And the cairn showing me the trail. He's coming from up there. It still might be running down the valley a little ways to get up. But, oh, that's only half the trail. Half the crossing. We got another one here, which also looks doable without getting wet. I don't really want to get wet today, so. Jump. And we made it safely across. Thank goodness. Closing in on 10% of the way done. These flowers here are just amazing. Beautiful purple blossoms. So it's nice to be in the Alpine meadows. And the day, although it's going to be warm, looks like it's going to be perfect. It's going to be a long one, but oh so rewarding. I always try and fit these kinds of adventures in on a trip when I can stop on the way and do something fantastic like this, but I don't have to make a trip specifically for it. So my philosophy for cracking off these adventures is bunch them up with work, visit, or alternate vacations. There are just all kinds of flowers and blossoms, and these stream crossings are just beautiful. I'm gonna do my first hand dip, feel a little of the coolness. Gosh, look at the flowers over there. This might be the ideal time of year to do this. And again, the profile is down into a ditch or water body and then up on the other side. So I think most of the day I'm either hiking up, power hiking, like I am now, or running down and running flats. Oh, looks like another ski area. Chairlift up ahead. There are just all kinds of flowers and blossoms, and These stream crossings are just beautiful. I'm gonna do my first hand dip. Feel a little of the coolness. Gosh, look at the flowers over there. This might be the ideal time of year to do this. And again, the profile is down into a ditch or water body and then up on the other side. So I think most of the day I'm either hiking up, power hiking, like I am now, or running down and running flats. Oh, looks like another ski area. Chairlift up ahead. There's a bit of altitude on this. In the range, I think it ranges from close to 4,000 to maybe close to 8,000 feet. So a good bit of up and downing. And it's kind of nice. It's not too bad. Like, I think a lot of it is runnable, and the uphills are not, wow, ridiculously steep. So if you're really cranking it, you could probably run those too. Oh my word. I'm a sucker for these streams. Every time I want to stop and dip in. A lot of hikers, campers on this route. So good blockade there, boys.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Yeah. How far are you going today?
All the way around.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you. Just coming around the corner and seeing the next down and up. Oh, how cool. You can actually see the trail right along there. So another decent down and then another up on the other side. And that just looks like sheer scree wall. Holy mackerel, that would be fun to run down. It would just be controlled chaos of a descent. If you're inclined to try this out, I would encourage you to do so, but just plan to cover the ground unless you've done ultras like 50K kind of things. If you've done a 50K, you're probably no problem, you know the distance and all that. Just take it easy and crank your way around. If you're a seasoned ultra person, I think you can run a lot of this. It's not really my objective today to set my best time, although I will do since I've never done it before, but to have a good experience, share it with you guys, and just enjoy myself. That's where I think a lot of people enter this sport thinking it'll get me out, it'll get me off the couch, give me a reason to train, and then do things that are pretty cool, like run around Mount Hood in a day. Virtually everyone else I've seen on the trail has had a big backpack and they're carrying all kinds of gear, which slows you down an awful lot. This kind of light method of going in and doing a run in a matter of a day rather than 4 days or 5 days is something that allows me to fit a lot more in and do things in a sort of, I'm gonna call it an assault style, but really come in and do it fast. Gosh darn, look at these flowers. Look at how pretty this is. Absurdly gorgeous. Like my wife. Wow, that's like a little bit of a proper waterfall. Let's see. There's a trail there, and there's a trail there. This looks like you can get across up here, but then it looks like they're going up, which I'm not sure is the right way. So this is Mount Hood Wilderness, Timberline Trail, Newton Creek area. This is Mount Hood, it's 11,200 feet. Timberline Lodge is right here. And so far, I've done this, which is about just under 6 miles. It continues all the way around down and then back across to there. So that's my day. A wilderness permits required for day and overnight use. There's nothing in here. So I just tore this off, wrote my name and number down, car, where I'm parked, and so on. Doing the right thing. There are a lot of spurs. So the red is access, and it looks like it naturally just goes straight on. But the blue is the Timberline Trail. I can kind of move in, and I'm trying to follow the blue and avoid all of the red, which are the tributaries and side trails and routes up. So the GPX helps out a lot as long as you do use it, keep a look at it every now and then. For me, it's helpful on races as well, where you have, sorry, get my phone back in. Races where you have a GPX file to follow. If there's ever any question, you pull it out and take a look. I use a program called OSM, which is, I found to be very light on the battery. I've got my phone on airplane mode for maximum battery life, and I also have with me a charging cord and external battery in case, and a second phone actually. So I've got some communication capability, although there's not much signal out here. The GPX file, you can usually find one somewhere. I just search for Timberline Trail GPX, and there's a couple different kinds. The one with all the crazy red stuff includes everything. That was a bit much. So I found one that was just the trail and overlaid it and turned it blue. So I always knew that if I'm on the blue, I'm good. Sort of an idiot-proof way of seeing whether you're on track at any point. But that OSM program, some people like Gaia, but OSM for me is good. It's free, gives you some free maps for states. Like I've got, I think, California and British Columbia on there for free. A couple others, Utah, Oregon, which I've also got. But that's an invaluable tool. The guys at the stream back there, who I was just talking to, were trying to find Timberline Lodge. They had a big map, but they weren't sure exactly where they were on the map. The beauty about phone GPS or GPS units is, in theory, it should tell you where you are as long as you have battery. So that's something I use to find the tops of slot canyons as well, because sometimes, since those are so seldom traveled, and it really is a thing that drops off a cliff, they're trails that are not well used or marked. So big fan of using a GPX file to support the route. Campsites are another issue when it comes to creating a bunch of false trails. So as soon as you see campsites, pay attention. Like I just passed through one and it was not clear at all where to go. But I see a makeshift bridge up there and cairns, so pretty sure I'm on the right track now. Woo. Thank you to the bridge builders. Your work is appreciated. Keep getting these magnificent views of the peak since it's clear, and it is a treat to come around every corner. Whenever I come around, I take a look and think, okay, we gotta go over there, but there's contours, so how do we get up there? The trails like this one you definitely couldn't see from the other side because it's kind of treed in and thin, but it's always cool to see the choices that the trail makers make to bring a route through when there's a ton of up and down happening. Wow, we are just coming into the Alpine. This is our trail looking straight up at Hood. Oh my word. You can see one of the ski lift houses up there. I've been going probably close to 8 miles now and 30 to go. Look at this. This does not suck, I will tell you that. Yeah, I think you got to get around this huge slash of a valley. And it looks like I've done it, which is good. This, I'm guessing, maybe one of the run high points coming up soon, judging by how scrubby the trees are and how few thick vegetation spots there are, and the fact that I'm pretty out of breath walking uphill for the last, I don't know, half hour. This is the spot that would have been stellar for a drone shot following. Would have taken a little while to set it up and do it. I have to carry the drone around as well, but on my shorter days, hopefully we'll start to do stuff like that a bit more. Looks like we just got to get past this little indentation since we're past this big indentation. It'd be fun to get at the top of this at some point, but that's another day. Mount Rainier is not far from here in the Wonderland Trail, which is 93 miles instead of 38. This is like a miniature version of that. This area here with the high Alpine is like, and this we're kind of on the east side of Hood. On the east side of Rainier, the terrain is very similar, but a little bit bigger. All these big mountains out here are pretty awesome. St. Helens, where I'll be in a couple days, running with Dax, Adams, Hood, Rainier. I was at Crater Lake yesterday. This island out here is Wizard Island. It's another little cinder cone. This whole thing used to be a mountain 12,000 feet tall. Then it blew up. Wow. How interesting. Fiddling around for a quick stop. No real run, but got out and checked out a couple places. The terrain there is amazing. I always thought it was a crater because like a meteor strike, but no. Crater Lake in Oregon was a 12,000 foot mountain, bigger than this, and then it blew up. It coated 500,000 square miles with ash. Would have covered the entire state of Oregon, 8 inches deep in ash. And it created this massive lake, which itself has a cinder cone in the middle of it, Wizard Island. The lake is the deepest in the country, 1,950 feet. And the clearest water in the world, as measured by a test, starts with S, like the Sacker test. They lower a black and white disc down to the farthest point to where they can see it. And Crater Lake went down 144 feet and they could still see it, which is a world record. The water is so blue, it's crazy. So this is fairly new mountainous terrain geologically. It's beautiful. It is a playground. Beautiful waterfall coming down here. You can see it, hear it. Trying to keep some good calories coming in. We're pretty high altitude, and I know we're going to scrub some of this off soon and start to do a little bit more running. Almost nobody out here. There are little groups we've seen here and there. I haven't seen any for a while who are camping. The last group was doing a 4-day trip. They got more gear than me. Tents and sleeping bags and whatnot, food. But light and fast is the word of the day. First snow. It's pretty hard. I was going to try and dig in and see if there's any clean snow to do some eating, but it all looks pretty brown, unfortunately. But it sure feels good. Put it on your hands and arms. Maybe put a little inside the hat. You get a little slow melt happening.
To just before Elliot yesterday, but I'm also, you know, hauling like 29 pounds of shit. So
did you start and finish at Timberline?
I'm starting it and finishing at Lolo.
Oh, Lolo. Okay.
So I'm hoping to get to just below Timberline tonight, so I can take advantage of the breakfast buffet and then continue. I was hoping to do Cooper Spur, but the view's so it's pointless. So it's like there's no reason to go up there with all the smoke. As you can see, it's very bad right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers, man.
Thanks. Have a good one. So he left Lolo Spur or something like that this morning. He's going to go almost to Timberline. It's 11 o'clock, so I've gone 3 hours. So he should definitely be able to do that. He wants breakfast buffet in the morning, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to dig a hole, find the clean snow, and then top up at least one of my flasks with this ice, which will make for some very cold and delicious water. And it'll save me. Didn't bring a pump or anything today, so I imagine there was probably going to be some particulates in here, but I'm not really worried about Giardia and that sort of thing. So this is a nice way to augment your water supply, because I am hoping to get through the day without having to top anything up. I just ate a big snowball from one of the last snow fields, which was delicious, but this is straight up glacier water. Oh, yes. I'm going to drink some right now, actually. Wow, that's good. Also, when you do this, if you have water in it to begin with, it makes it much easier for it to convert. If you just put snow or ice in, it takes a while. So big cairn, probably a top. Getting to a different type of landscape now. You can see, as the guy who said there's all kinds of smoke in the air, that's probably accurate. Otherwise you'd be able to see a tremendous distance. But I'm more interested in the mountain view, so it's not too bad. I don't really smell it, so it's not bothering me. And I'm happy to be in a high alpine area and able to run. It's a little tougher to route find here because things change so much. across snow and rock, it doesn't make as much of a mark. So this is a pretty well marked trail, and there are some big cairns to follow, which probably poke up out of the snow at the beginning of the season. I've tried to do this once before, but it was snowed in everywhere, and big snow year, didn't wait long enough. This year, just about perfect. But look at this trail. Buttery single track. Hello. How you guys doing? Very well. Good day?
Great day.
How you guys doing? Very well. Pumping some water. So are you. Little breakfast or lunch?
Lunch.
Jet boil going. Fresh water. Rough day yesterday. Why?
It was long.
Where'd you go from?
Where do we start? Sandy. And ended up
Oh yeah.
between toe and compass.
Well.
How far are you going the whole way?
Yeah. Yeah, big loop. So it should be fun.
Started?
I started at Timberline. Yeah. I'll head back to Timberline.
What time do you think you'll be done? I read about your type.
My guess is 8 o'clock maybe. So we'll see.
Enjoy it. Nice.
Have a good lunch.
Thank you.
See you later. Trail dog, hello. Hello, come here. How's it going? How are you doing, huh? How exciting to be out here in the snow. Ooh. Yeah, that's the perfect place just to sit down and cool off. Have a good one, guys. Carved by wind, 4x4s. They're all like that, crazy. Little stone hut up there. A couple people there. Looks like possibly a winter route or potential camping joint. I'm probably just going to skip it today. Although it does look pretty. Something Titley Jane Trail, Cooper Spur route. Ah, that's the Cooper Spur. Huh. Yeah, you're not going to see too far, maybe 30 miles, but that's it. Super sandy, soul-sucking, and not well marked. Kind of all over the place here. Trying to figure out how to get down through there. That's where we came from. This is where we're going. Close to the top. Sand keeps fighting me, but hopefully I'll see the path when I get to this top part. Holy crap. Ah. Which way? Up or down? Time to consult the map. Definitely went off a little bit. The trail is over there, but it joins up with this trail that runs along this eroding ridge line. Very technical, pretty good drop to the left, but pretty running. Not fast though. So the trail just disappears here. It looks like this changes all the time. I see a little bit of tracking through. Nothing down there. Looks like it goes across. I think you gotta go all the way up, across, and then up there. I just don't see much of anything. Definitely in an area that almost no one has walked, although a couple people maybe.
really slidey. It looks like we pretty much got to go down and either up and across or across here and up. A little bit more flow, so I have to be careful crossing this one. But I don't know exactly where the trail is here, so I'm going to do some best guessing and sliding down. Trying not to make big rock fall as I'm going, but it is sliding. So yeah, probably changes every year, so this is a little different than what you're supposed to do, I'm thinking. This looks like as good as I'm going to get right here for crossing, although everything is just sliding down, down, down. So I'm going to try and get across there, up, and see if I can find a trail on the other side. Woo! So, I'm on a rock. I'm doing this jump from here to there. I'm hoping for the best. Well, I made it across. Now get up. It's sort of bizarre that it's just so not well marked. This is definitely the hardest part of the trail so far, due to the lack of trail and all the erosion. This is what I've been coming up, just scrambling everywhere, sliding back, no real traffic through here at all, so there may be a way that I just missed, but I think I'm going to be back on the actual trail just up here. So, whew. Wow. This looks like maybe someone's been on it, but hard to say. I will check the phone, the map here in a second, and see what it says. Oh, that's a pathway. All right. See, that's putting us bang on and going back up. Wow, man, there's no trail, but we're back on. So this little arete is actually not the trail. When I hit the trail, I should have taken a right instead of a left, so probably added a half mile or a mile or something. But this is a tough section to navigate for sure. Right on the knife's edge here. Hearing rock fall every now and then too. It's going to be interesting to see another sign, because this is not looking like it's seen a lot of traffic, but it says it's on the route. So I'm pretty sure there's been a big reroute in one direction that maybe is more obvious than it is on this direction, because this is like I'm on a trail-like thing, but it's just all overgrown everywhere. And GPS says we're on. Trail goes over stuff like this, you know something is a little weird. Wow. It does look like the trail is down there, but you're just needing to get through all this busted up wood. Wow. More footprints, which is good, but not as many as I should see. So some people do go this way. This is like This actually looks like the trail I've probably been trying to find.
Yeah. Yep.
But so you guys coming this way or?
Yeah, we're going this way.
Well, this way's possible. There's a lot of bushwhacking and sketchy, like crumbling.
How was the water crossing?
I was able to jump across on rocks, so I was okay.
I don't. Higher.
But I also don't know where. I don't know where this goes. I couldn't see this at all.
Yeah, it goes down further now. They rebuilt it a couple years ago.
Oh, that's what it is. The GPX I've got, I'm like right on it, but I'm like, this does not look like the deal. So I'm happy to see you guys.
Yep,
I'm happy to see this trail.
You're on the trail now.
Back on it.
Are you going around it today?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I could not do that.
Well, you might. Without that big pack, just keep going. It's not that, you know.
Well,
You might have to use a little darkness.
Watching that beautiful sunset from camp last night.
Have a good one. You gotta love the waterfall that goes into the river underneath the snow cave, the snow tunnel. Definitely some cool geography around here. It's wild how many dead trees there are. All of those are dead. I don't know if it's pine beetle or what, but the forest is not healthy. Up a little higher here, we still have live trees, but down low, nothing. So maybe it probably gets colder up here, kills them off. But one of the casualties of warming. Maybe not beetles, maybe fires. Also casualty of warming. This is probably why I couldn't do it a couple years back. It looks like fire came through and killed off most of the trees, but didn't burn them all the way down. Silver ghosts, beautiful. Flowers through here are ridiculous. There are so many. A bunch of switchbacks back down that last hill, and now it seems we're going down quite a ways. So just passed a guy who said he came from Ramona Falls, but he had no idea if it was 10 miles or 20 miles. If it's 20 miles, that's definitely inaccurate because we'd be close to done at another 20 miles, and Ramona Falls is maybe a third of the way from the finish. So, well, still enjoying. The trail keeps switching up, giving us something different to enjoy. It's another major river crossing. Just swapped the battery in my GoPro. This is what we're dealing with. Crossing looks kind of slippery. Not too bad though. Oh my word, check this out. Oh my God. So this is a pretty slick crossing. Now, up or down? Down, Timberline Trail. We just came through Elk Camp Junction, Pinnacle Ridge Trail, 6:30. Well, still moving along fairly well. Pretty close to halfway. Been going up again for a bit. Energy's a little low at the moment. It'll pick up again, but just keep moving forward. Might stop somewhere and actually eat a little bit of food if there's a nice spot. But in the meantime, up, up, up. underneath this big rocky feature. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Excellent. Yourself?
Very well. Looks like I found a meeting, a gathering.
Well, we were hoping they got the cold drinks, but no such luck.
Dip them in the creek for a bit. Pretty much on the opposite side of the mountain from where we started now. Halfway, give or take a mile. Looking forward to some down for a bit. Looking forward to finding Ramona Falls, checking that out, continuing onward. Hoping that the second half is a little faster than the first half. I think I did a good bit of vertical and some tricky sections with the boulders and the creek crossings. Look at this. Majestic. Wow. Tell from the sound, yet another crossing. Wow. Another one of these stone huts. Just gonna go check it out for a minute. Eating some all natural athletic fuel. We got an old place. Little chimney even. Wow. Any shelter in a storm. On the last creek crossing, he jumped in off a rock, landed in one that was unstable, and had to make a stab with my other foot and wrenched something right here. I don't know what. I never had a injury or pull there before. So I'm feeling a little bit. I'm trying to compensate with my gait. Got 20 miles to go. So we'll just need to deal with it and hope that it doesn't bug me over the coming days for pacing with Dax. We will see. Try and keep the running going and run it out. Look at this meadow. There's a couple little swampy bottles of water, or a couple swampy bodies of water rather. How you guys doing? Very well, very well. Is this a place to meet? Yeah. I hear you. Does that mean we got some downhill happening? Hey there, trail dog. How are you? How's it going?
He's ready for a swim, I think.
Yeah. There's nothing but streams coming up, man.
Yeah.
Like one after another. God, look at that.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
How far did you go?
I'm coming from Timberline.
Oh, nice.
Hey, you. Yeah. You're hot, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive.
That was a little cooling vest. I think that helps a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Good for him. Yeah, he's going to be happy camper soon.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is this way, but there's streams.
There's not much water back yet.
Oh, it's just like the next 10 miles are nothing but streams.
Oh, good deal.
Have a good one.
Have a good trip.
Thank you. Huge gully that we got to go around. So it's way, way, way this way and then back up that way. Probably one of the biggest descents and climbs of the route, I'm guessing. So hustle downhill, do a good walk uphill. Not sure when we'll see Ramona Falls, but at some point that would be nice. It's been a long, steady, rooty downhill. A little bit technical, but not that steep. So it's quite runnable. It was kind of just the ticket to put some more miles on the bank at a reasonable speed. It's been so herky-jerky up and down for a bit that I wasn't sure I was gonna finish in the light, but Timberline Trail, McGee Creek Trail, but a little more optimistic now. Just lovely. So missed another turn right here where the blue is. Gonna head back and jump on. Looks like there's other ways to connect, but might as well be on the right one. Bonus mileage. Frustrating when trail systems do that. Both the red and the blue line are Timberline Trail. They're labeled as such. So this is the one that I've been following, so I'll stick with it. But the reason I didn't check the turn with GPS is because it said Timberline Trail up there, but it says it down here too. So yeah, whole place is turning into an Ewok forest. It's quite lovely. It's flat-ish, sort of rolling up and down, maybe general downtrend. So picking off some miles, which is good. That took a while to get to the bottom of this, but there's the river, and we got to cross. I'm assuming it won't be any big deal. The pink flagging there pretty much shows where to climb back up out, so I think we'll be good on this one. All right, trying for the best here. Made it. So far so good. Yes. Woo! Well, that worked. Well, one of the advantages of keeping moving is there aren't a billion freaking flies all over when you're moving. Been sitting here for about 2 minutes. Flies everywhere. Time to move. Past a marathon right now. Leaving about 10 miles left to crank out. It's 5. So probably get through. Well, roughly 12 hours. I'll be okay. Just grinding it out. Pretty high quality trail to do some grinding. Coming to another junction. Timberline Trail. Ooh, there it is. That's the waterfall I was looking for. Dang, look at that. Wow. Cool. I get to see it. love it. So this is the biggest river yet, trying to figure out how to get across without getting wet. I don't know for sure how to do it. A shot then.
I mean, you know, I was shaking when I got across.
Do you want a hand as you come across?
Well, if that rock is slippery,
It's all right.
is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Can I hand you my tools? Thanks. Great. Oh, that was fine.
Yeah, you
Thank
did
you.
well.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're very
You
welcome.
gonna do it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thank you. There we go. Okay. Dude it. Well. Got to get across that. Not sure where the trail is exactly. Maybe up. All right. Wow. Here's a bit of a lookout. I remember the spot. Here's the cutoff for the Paradise Park Loop, which I did last time in the snow. I'm gonna go on this one instead. See what we got. Feeling it today. You can see the trail all the way up there. Luckily, there's not too much down and up, it looks like. It just hugs the edge of this huge bowl, which is a good thing right now. So I don't know if we have any more big climbs and whatnot. We might, but we're on the tail end here. Beautiful, refreshing waterfall coming down there. The flow is not sufficient to have a stream here, really, just sort of a wet path, but we're gonna see the sun a little bit more today, but not for a while. Go behind the hill. Wow, look at this. Nice. Even when I'm spent, running downhill is always possible. Just let your legs flow with the terrain. Let the terrain give it for you. Works great for me. I found me a little snake. There he goes. Oh, got him. Sorry, buddy. I know. It's scary, scary, scary. He is a little garter snake. Hey, buddy. I know. I know, sorry, bud. You can go down if you'd like. Whenever I see a stick on the trail that just looks a little too perfect, I'm pretty sure that sometimes it's gonna be a snake. So Snakes don't bug me too much. Not scared of them. So if I at least get them off the trail, that's good. This might be our last river crossing. I'm going to stop for a second and clean the snake pee off my hands. Holy crap, calves are seizing up bad. I haven't played it smart today with water and nutrition and electrolytes, so paying the price a little. Get this. Couple miles left to go. Should be getting back just as it's dark. Perfect. Milked everything I could out of the day. Just in the twilight, going to one of the last stellar viewpoints. Look at that. Wow. And it's just looking down into one of these huge chasms that we just crossed. Wow.
Give for colorful exaggeration. Emilio sat up with his arms on the table. John Carlo is cold and unscrupulous and completely selfish, but he is a long way from crazy. Even if he were barking
Yep.
ahead, I wouldn't count on France's cooperation with your plans, but
Vacating the stomach.
John bristled, but
It is a
Ramona has a long reach and a longer memory.
gut reset.
Running a great
Oh. Wow. 3 sips of water triggered that. Yeah, nutrition screwed up today big time. Whoa. Funny, this is all happening a half mile from the car. So I'm not going to bother replacing calories until my gut settles. Well, the lights just off there, the Timberline Lodge, pretty much done with the hike. So today I ate very little. Had one small pea, very low volume the whole day. And just kind of, I didn't bother to go shopping for the things that I know I would like for the run. So, paid the price. Glad I did it. Would highly recommend this route. I think this might be the actual terminus here. We have completed, this is that's our route around Mount Hood. Whole thing took about 13 hours, just over, with the 3 times getting lost. I will take that, and the not great nutrition, which made the end really tough for me. All right, Carrie, going to get some skim milk, half a gallon, probably drink the entire thing, try and get hydrated again. Whoa. All right, back. Car's just up ahead. Stop the Strava. Strava's reading a little over 37. I don't think it caught every turn, so I was probably reading a little low. I'll put my thoughts together and do a debrief in the car on the way back. Just driving back to Vancouver now. I'm coming up through Seattle. Thought a little bit more about the run yesterday. I do think it's a world-class trail. It's not particularly technical. There is a bunch of up and down, but the angle is never too great, and there are very few places that require actual technical running. There are very few places that require actual technical running. I didn't go shopping and get my normal cadre of foods and liquids that I would ideally use on a run like this. I didn't have any Boost energy drink. I didn't have purification tablets. I didn't have grapes or mandarin oranges, things that I would like on this. I just sort of took what I had access to, and I thought I could get by on a gallon and a half of liquid that I had, but that would not be the case with the temperature the way it was and as much as I was sweating. So I augmented my supply by drinking out of streams. I probably had an extra 2 liters of water, maybe a little bit more, drinking directly out of streams, and that helped out, no doubt. The water was delicious. I think it's really clean if it comes direct from the high Alpine. But at the end, I was so dehydrated that my body wasn't really responding the way it did. I threw up at the very end, like a half mile from the lodge, when I had 3 sips of water, just sip, 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 and oh my God, stuff's coming up. When I vomited, normally when you vomit, you feel that bile taste in your mouth. I tasted nothing but the mixture of grape juice and water that I'd had. So I had no stomach bile going at all. When I was finishing, my body was cramping because of the state of dehydration that I was in. And between the time I left in the car till the time I got to sleep, I probably drank another 1.25 gallons, a little over half a gallon of milk, and then water and tea and some other stuff. And basically went to bed. Didn't really even need to go to the bathroom in the morning. So I drank 1.5 gallons right before bed, and my body just sucked it all up in desperation to rehydrate. And my body, I was starting to cramp because of probably my cells shrinking and whatnot. My feet, every time I would flex my feet or not straighten my legs, my calves would start to cramp, my feet would start to cramp, my legs would start to cramp. It was funny trying to take off my running gear and get into something more comfortable and non-sweaty on the way back. I could barely do it. And that doesn't happen to me very often unless I have sweat a whole lot and not kept track of my electrolytes. I had a few salt tablets which helped out, just left over in my pack. But yeah, there were definitely some tactical errors made there. There's a lot of outs on the route, and there's quite a few people, not a lot of people, but people here and there. So if I had collapsed into a pile somewhere, I would have been fine. But I'm a pretty tough bastard, so that was unlikely to happen. Top notch, super fun. Timberline Trail, if you're good for running a 50K, you'd probably be fine tackling that in a day. It makes a big difference not to have the giant pack with you. So even if you wouldn't run the whole thing, if you took longer than I did, I definitely didn't run the whole thing, especially at the end. I was walking a lot, running the downhills, but walking every uphill and some flats at the end. If you just walked it, even at a half hour per mile, you'd get done pretty reasonably. You might go beyond a day, you need a headlamp, but it's definitely something you can do within a day. Timberline Trail, trying to figure out what the next adventure is going to be. 8 people every second of the day, 24 hours a day, are watching this content. The content isn't sophisticated in terms of editing, in terms of slickness. It is very much long form adventure sharing. I'd love it if you could support me. Click subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, post a comment. I try and respond to a lot of comments. And I've got an Instagram account which you can follow at Kerry Ward. And I also have a Patreon account, which if you feel especially inspired, it would be terrific to see that reflected in the Patreon donation. So keep me posted. I love that you watch this kind of thing. Even if you do none of the above, I've appreciated your support. Peace out, Kerry.